Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Surviving Mars Sol 35. We're looking at a very special person here, and that is Elon Polaris, you know, our first Martian born. At the moment, he actually is unemployed, and this is for good reason. This time it's not a bug. This time we really don't have any more workspaces available. We do have vacant residential slots available, but we don't have any more jobs at the moment. This is cool, right? This means that we do have some expansion. I could open up the night shift for my rare metals extractor. However, the problem with that is the people that work during night shifts, they lose sanity. And Elon, who is an alcoholic, he doesn't seem to strike me to be stable enough to provide us with that. So I do need to provide more workspaces. Also, we get the first cold wave incoming. This is pretty bad. A cold wave is imminent. This is probably the worst disaster you can have in this game, I think. While most of our machinery is designed and able to function in such low temperatures, if a building outside stops working for more than a sol, it will freeze and may not be repaired until after the cold wave has lifted. Water tanks also don't work during a cold wave, and outside buildings that are not operational for one more sol are also frozen until the cold wave is over. And plus, on top of that, every building consumes way more electricity. I mean, way more, twice as much, and we do need to prepare for this. Cold wave is going to hit us in 3 sols at the moment. Oh, and also a meteor shower is hitting us in 2 sols, so we get 2 more catastrophes at the same time. Anomaly has been analyzed further. The explorer investigating the anomaly accidentally released a pocket of high pressure gas. The carbon dioxide erupted, damaging the rover and lifting tons of fine dust into the atmosphere, forming a dust devil. The red planet reminded us how dangerous an alien world could be. Expect fierce dust devils to form. Holy cow, awesome. Thank you very much for this. This is why I love these anomalies. We should get away from here because there will be quite the apocalypse soon. I probably, we'll still continue though with scanning this area. I could also then go ahead and scan a bit further down here, and also that ramp up there and a bit back here, right? But that's it. No more in the queue then. So in that case here, yep, there's going to be lots of interesting things now happening soon, and then we have the job problem. Now regarding jobs, I do have something that we can work on here, and that is my machine factory, right? So we have a small parts machine factory here, produces machine parts from metals, or we built the polymer factory that produces polymers from water and fuel. This one is actually more expensive, but is cheaper to import, right? So polymers, something that we do need in 0.5. Machine parts we need more, and machine parts are more expensive to import. So I would rather start with the machine part production, especially since it only costs me some metal, while the polymers cost me water and fuel. So 2 resources plus the power that we need to have, plus machine part maintenance. Really bad overall for a start factory. Now I only have 2 domes available right now where we could build it. In the main dome right here, that also becomes our service dome, or here in the children's dome that becomes the education dome. Let's go ahead and build it in the education dome for now, because we have lots of space here, and also we will not need any more space anytime soon, except for the school perhaps, right? And the Martian University, we can also easily squeeze them into this area here. So for now, let's go ahead and get us the machine part factory up into one of these blocks here. This is residential up here, so right into the center. The reason for that is it's very cheap to build it, right? So it only costs me 4 concrete and 4 metals, so we can easily just dismantle it and build it somewhere else. For now though, that's going to be over here, while my people continue to be in this one here. And yeah, Elon can then just get over here to the other dome and do the job, and then come back home again. I'm not worried about jobs that much though at the moment, because we have now 12 middle age. That means all the founders we had are in middle age. That means the first seniors will pop up at some point soon, right? I don't know, in the next 10 sols perhaps. And seniors, yeah, well, they drift off life rather quickly. They don't work anymore, so a few more jobs will be open up again, right? So there's going to be the senior wave hitting us soon. For that we do need to have then as many colonists available. 3 children at the moment is perfect though, so this is something. General research has been, training has been researched. Hooray! Colonists without the proper specialization suffer a lower work penalty, so my work efficiency just got boosted a lot. And this means from 3.8 to 4.4 rare metal production per day out of my colonists here. This also affects now my machine parts factory. Now, Elon, where are you? Please get over there and start working in the small machine part factories. This is now producing me then 0.3 machine parts, basically. Now, one thing is, the cold wave is hitting us soon, and for that we do need to build some heaters. We do have the subsurface heater here. That's going to cost me a lot of machine parts. However, the problem with this is the radius is very small, right? So the water tanks will freeze, as we know. The oxygen tanks will freeze, as we know. But we should have a surplus production to at least survive us through that that cold wave, basically. That's what we need to accommodate here. The 2 domes here that we have already consume a lot of power, and I don't want this to double, because that would really be the end of us. So I'm going to build us a subsurface heater somewhere here, most likely, because it's going to affect both domes plus my rare metal extractor. Let's go ahead and place it here, and let's also get us a pipe system over to it. Once again, it's a very cheap building overall. It's just going to cost me a lot of electricity. We do have those 2 wind turbines here. Meteor shower, yeah, electricity production will be fine though for the time during the storm as well. I'm just going to expand still a bit more. Let's just see, there we have still a bit more space. No, there's uneven terrain, so nothing I can do about this, but here I can still add some 3 more of them. And I will, do we need another? Yeah, let's go ahead and have another battery then as well. We can have this one along the power cable here to further spread out the risk once more. So that's quite the construction now. And yeah, we're losing some machine parts in the process. Sector scanned. Nothing really happening there. Nothing that was important for us. Where's my transporter? Do we have some resources close by? Something of value. 1 polymer. And down here we have the dust devils. Really, it's not good. It's not a good area to really be. There is 113 metals over here. Let's collect this. Even though I have a feeling that it might get destroyed. But for that we have then our commander as well. And there it is. Heater is being built now. It still needs a power cable, by the way. And this one can now be increased with its service area. It will consume more power with that, right? But as we can see, we can then take all the 2 domes plus the rare metal extractor here with that one working then. Alright, for now, let's actually turn it off. We don't really need it. We could actually... I think we could afford it, a second one over here for the water tanks. Just to be absolutely sure. Nah, I'm not doing this. That's just too much... Too many machine parts. Yeah, we do have enough water though, so I'm not worried about that. Just to be sure, let's activate 1 concrete extractor so that it does work then during the cold wave, because otherwise, right, the cold wave will be done for 3 sols, and during that time it could not work because it's frozen solid. And that means let's have 1 rather work, right? I mean, we have enough concrete, but better be safe than sorry. Oh, look at that, the machine parts factory is full. Most likely because some of them are moving from the rare metal extractor over. And this means we have a production of 0.9 machine parts per day right now. That leads us to a comfortable surplus. By the way, there was the low G engineering. Where's my factory amplification? I think it was somewhere down here. Ah, there it is. 4,500. Yeah, let's go ahead with this. We can boost our factories with that long-term wise. Alright. Let's actually put the rare metal extractor to maximum priority though. That means that they will rather move to this location here now producing than somewhere else, because I really want to keep this one at 4 minimum per day, that we really get in that money that we need. This, however, leads to people not working in the infirmary. So infirmary, of course, has high priority. The same goes with my spacebar. Just really important that we have these buildings here always staffed. And then there comes the metal extractor, and only then the machine park factory. But even that is fine. 0.9 is a good production, so we don't need to worry about machine parts anymore, at least when it comes to maintenance costs. Alright, the rocket has arrived. Coming back here with 20 polymers. That's going to help us a bit. We can outsource researching once more for 1 billion. We have 1.6 billion left. Let's do it for one more time. We don't need to import that much anymore, right? So we can afford it. We have 700 million still left. That is a good emergency reserve. And of course, as we can see, my rocket is also being launched soon again. We have the fuel and we have lots of rare metals that are coming in as well. So this will lead then to a nice, yeah, I think 500 million we easily can get out of that. Another sector scanned. Unfortunately, no anomalies up here for the moment. 21 people so far. Another child has been born. By the way, my youth. I would really like to watch my youth there a bit. Chronic. That's the one with the chronic condition. There is a youth, Martian-born, religious, sexy. We got another sexy person. Awesome. She's actually got some good traits there. So I really think that poor UFO here, he's got the bad traits. I think this poor fella was right when we had the whole catastrophe and no playground, right? Where we have the oxygen leaks and stuff like that. Meteors hitting the domes constantly. I think he really is traumatized because of that. We should be friendly to him. We should be very polite to this poor fella. Alright, other than that, yeah, also the new ones are good. Some of them, yeah. Elon is an alcoholic. Unfortunately, that's bad. But other than that, he's fit. And a workaholic too, so he likes to go to the extremes. Now Sikorsky is full once more. This time it's really full, right? We are not allowing any children, youth and senior in. That means that there's a lot of people in here now. They will then move slowly to Camilleri as well. Here we do allow them, right? Do we allow them? We don't. I would like to keep it like that for now, but soon we will have to open up that dome here for those people as well. And even build the third dome. But I'm going to wait for the cold wave to pass before we do any of that. No seniors yet, so that means still high efficiency. And 4.1 we produce per soul. Rather stable everything at the moment. We should really cherish the moment and enjoy it. Because there's going to be some hard times ahead now. Meteor in 2 and then cold wave in 20. I just hope that we have enough electricity prepared. We produce 100 per day right now. Capacity is at 1000. We consume 61. So we can survive quite some time before we run out of power. And there it's hitting us now. Meteor showers are coming in. Please give me an anomaly or some polymers. Alright. Artificial muscles. We have researched the next breakthrough. My drones can now carry 2 times the resources than before, speeding up things significantly. Also, we have reached a goal with that. Research 2 breakthrough technologies and we get 5 free supply pods. This only means though that they don't cost me anything. We still need to purchase for the cargo, of course. So it's a nice addition for emergencies, as there is a strain reduced, but still. Alright, I think we do need to leave with the rocket before the cold wave hits us, right? Or can it launch in a cold wave? No idea. 21! That's actually quite a lot.
The first colonists are all gamblers coming to Mars.
It's the ultimate. The founder Lasseberg has the gambler trait. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, one of them dropped an anomaly down here. Up there on the plateau, unfortunately. This is where the Dust Devils rage right now. And also my transporter got destroyed. Or malfunctioning at least. We can repair it. But I need to wait for this to go away. Alright, let's launch the rocket, right? We've got 21 rare metals on board. Let's wait for one more, perhaps. Another sector, also an anomaly, perfect. So 2 of them we can research again. And as we can see, there's lots of stuff going down here at the moment. Hopefully leading to another anomaly then. Now, cold wave in 2 hours. Let's launch the rocket. Just be safe here. Off you go. With 21 rare metals on board. That's going to be quite the cash coming in from that. And to be honest, we don't really need to import anything then. Perhaps some electronics. That would be it. We have enough polymers for now. And we produce our own machine parts. Cold wave is hitting us. Let's activate the subsurface heater. Let's turn off on the service area. like this. I think that should be fine. And as we can see, everything is frozen solid except for this tiny radius here. Energy-wise, we are producing enough during daytime, but barely, right? So I would rather also activate one of them. We should do this because they're freezing now if we keep them inactive for too long. And let's also upgrade this one here with the polymer plates. 33% more production will help us as well. Alright, anything else? The drone hub is fine, it just consumes more electricity. The water tanks are frozen, of course, as we know, but we do have enough water production for daytime, for ever, really. It's also producing all the time. I think it's looking fine. The cold wave is going to hit for 6 souls, though. That is a long time, by the way. Alright, at least we're heating that. And since power is the most important thing, let's actually also turn on this wind turbine here. Just so that we are really safe here. We can't run out of power and we are consuming quite a lot now. Also my Moxie, as we can see, they're all consuming twice as much than before. Except for the domes, because they are being heated. Alright, the dust devils are gone, so let's continue researching the anomalies. There's actually 2 here side by side and 1 up there. Perfect. That's looking really good. And my commander is also on its way now, repairing the transporter. In this really frozen wasteland that it's right now. Can we see the temperature? I don't think so. Must be -60, -80, something like that, we imagine. Alright, as we can see, the power consumption during nighttime is actually at 180. This is insanely high, despite my 2 wind turbines here running. And with that, we would be out of energy within 4 hours, within 3 hours. So I do need to, I do need to build another large wind turbine, producing us then the energy that we need. Actually, this would be very close to my... that's not possible. Let's place it here, so that it's not within the concrete extractor. It would be devastating, to be honest, if we run out of power. I probably will need to reduce something. The moisture evaporator, that's the fuel production though. I can't touch that, but it's 30 that it costs me right now. Oxygen we don't really need. Let's turn it off. We have full tanks. I mean, for 13 souls we have full tanks. But if I keep it all turned off, as we can see, it's freezing now. And if it's fully frozen, we will not be able to use it until the cold wave is over. Let's keep it active. Alright, next day. Solar panels are working again. Power is charging. The next wind turbine is active. Let's upgrade it. And low G engineering, we have the medium dome unlocked. That's going to be pretty cool, but of course also taking a lot of space. If I build it somewhere here, do we get the 2 vista points? Ooh, that could be close. But yeah, we can get 2 vista points in. That would be amazing. We get a few more things. Even in the tiniest simple looking rock can contain the answers to mysteries which perplexed the human mind for generations. Sometimes it takes just a simple discovery to assure us of the vastness of the universe. And we do get deep scanning and microgravity. Now deep scanning is pretty good, because with that we can scan once again our territory. Is that a breakthrough? No. Could be somewhere here then, but I think... There it is. Sectors can now be scanned again for deep deposits. And there's the microgravity. This opens the medical center spire for the bigger domes then. And this is actually pretty good. Water, oxygen, power storage capacity is expanded by 50%. Let's go ahead and do this as well. Alright, we have enough concrete. Let's turn off the concrete extractor. It will freeze solid, but that's fine. We do need to save some energy. Fuel-wise, I would rather not do it at the moment. The Moxie, yeah, the water extractor, that's also a lot of water, but we need that, of course. This is absolutely important. Can I reduce that one here a bit? I think I could. Saving some energy this way. Looks good. We still have the normal power consumption. That also still looks good. I think now my extractor is producing a bit too much. No, but that still looks fine consumption-wise. And I do consume less electricity with that on top of it. Perfect. Alright, 23 people we have at this point. Really a lot. Oh, and Martian vegetation has been researched. Congratulations, you have successfully made the first step towards turning Mars into a lush green heaven. Seeds are stored into specialized storages and blah blah blah. So we have the first one activated here now. That is the Martian vegetation up there. So we can now build a forestation plant and use seeds that we, for example, can import or produce in farms. Spread it, and with that start spreading vegetation on Mars. However, we do need to reach a certain level of atmosphere before we can do that as well. Another 1,200 science points. Perfect. With that we have researched it. We could trade some food, but we have plenty of food. I don't need to do this though. I can keep it open, the trade offers for now. We continue with the next anomaly. My transporter continues also with some transportation. Metal. That's the only thing we can really do here, right? No polymers as far as the eye can see. It's okay. I'm used to it by now. Get this one done. And yeah, since we're growing pretty quickly, I mean, I'm expecting now the first seniors soon. Probably still is safe to build the next microdome. Let's start the construction of it. Doesn't mean that I need to activate it yet, right? But we are going to start the construction of it now. And the remaining people, they should actually still live here now, despite not being allowed theoretically. I mean, it's children primarily. There's 4 children playing in here right now. Yeah, we have a comfort rating of 74 in the main dome, so that's of course making people quite quite horny. And in that case, we do have more babies. Alright, and there's the construction. As we can see, they can carry now 2 resources at once, which is awesome to look at because it speeds up things significantly with that, the construction of that dome. Though I'm going to use it after the cold wave is over. And another 1,500 science points thanks to the anomaly, speeding up the factory amplification. We're going to use this then for the machine part factory especially. And as we can see, it is also now fully staffed, so I could activate a second shift for the machine parts. People can work in 2 shifts then. And my commander, let's get back home. Just also beautiful, by the way, from up here. You can look down there. Wave is still upon us for another 4 souls, so quite long. And yeah, we've finished the next dome here now. Let's turn it off immediately. I don't want to waste 15 power on it. However, we can already start with some basic stuff, like for example also a passage that we will need for this dome here to the other side. Hopefully we can do this actually. These passages unfortunately are always a bit of a problem to me, right? I don't really like them, and in that case you can already see perhaps why I don't like them so much. Because they're really complicated to build in many ways. And for that reason here, there's something blocking it, obviously. I don't know what could be blocking this one here, because I don't see anything blocking it. It's still happening though. I could also just move one of the parks to the other side, and with that, use the passage up there. Or we are going with this very strange convoluted mess. Let's move the park, right? So I can just build another garden. Over here, we should do this. Gardens make people really happy. And also a smaller one in between. So this is the park area. And we can then get rid of that one there. Once it's finished, of course. Reason for that is why we need to have another dome. We're really filling up there. I do have this dome here still. There is still one more space left. But then we're full. I can build, of course, also in the meantime, another apartment here. So that this dome here is also filling up. I've decided that this is actually becoming my factory dome for now, where people can live. This is the service dome, of course, and this is going to be the education dome. Alright, park has been finished. Let's delete it. This one here. There's always a jolly good music playing. Off it goes. And with that, let's also have now the passage that we should be able. Yes, like this, for example. That's possible. This is not possible for some reasons. Now there's the park, of course, but before that I think it was the end of that dome here. So this is possible, and we can make the connection. And then we can still use that space here, and of course the whole dome in that area. Also, what arrives now back on Earth, 21 rare metals with the rocket. Gives me 500 million, just as expected, and this leads us to 1.1 billion. With that, we could actually have another full outsourcing then for the 1,000 soul per day. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do this because we also need to, to use some of that for some more electronics and polymer. Machine parts I hopefully don't need to worry about anymore. At the moment we do, because we have the 3 large wind turbines working and all of them need machine parts. But once the cold wave is over, we can turn them off again. And then the machine factory here should be enough. Just this one. So for the rocket, let's get us some more electronics. And as we can see, this is really expensive electronics, right? Let's go ahead with 15. We're going to need a few of them for the university and stuff soon. And also some more polymers, right? Leading us to another 480, so just as much as we had before, only with 30 more materials in. Anything else we might need here? Perhaps one more drone, so then we are 20, I like even numbers. And we could also import some seeds, but we don't need that yet. Prefab buildings. There's nothing really that would strike me important, so let's just go ahead with that and get the rocket back home. 24 people. We have a bit of a problem here, space problem, because I really fully expect seniors now any second. That would really make a lot of space up again, right? So freeing up space and also workplaces. The problem though is that it doesn't happen for some reasons. I mean, we still don't have seniors and we are having a lot of births at the moment. We still have 8 more. Yeah, we still have 4 more slots in this sector, so we should be fine. Factory amplification, very good. 25% increased production for factories, but they consume also 20 more power. That is not such a big deal. We could already activate it for the machine parts factory. Let's go ahead and do this. Power-wise, we are absolutely fine at the moment. And I'm eager to do this, because more machine parts means more factories, you might say. Very good. Another anomaly. Where are you? Oh, far away. That should be fine though still. No dust devils at the moment. Probably because of the cold wave. By the way, the meteor shower is over and I haven't seen a single meteor coming down in our area. Oh, there we have dust devils though. In our area right now. And scanning wise, we could then continue. Let's also have a few more up here. Power consumption is actually pretty high, 38. That can't be true. We do have the heater is not working. 44 power is way too much. What is going on? Is it doubled? Unfortunately, the game really doesn't tell you that. I cannot see if this is boosted right now or not. It should go down though again. Can't be that the machine part factory is consuming 38 energy? Ooh, that seems strange. For daytime we have enough power there, but for nighttime this will not be fine anymore. I will probably have to turn off something. Alright, no, the problem is, the good thing is during nighttime it's shutting down anyway, right? And that means that it doesn't consume that much power. And I think also now the heater is working again a bit more. Anyway, we do have enough. It's fine, it's fine. Let's actually reduce this by 1. Right. Another thing I would like to build... Oh, sanity breakdown again. After suffering a sanity breakdown, the victim ran to the hatch of the dome, quickly put on a spacesuit and hijacked the rover. Show me the enemy, important Joe, and I'll bring it fury. Clearly, Apollo Orbit wants you to name a target. That building, you see it? Charge that dome. That's where they hide, or listen to my voice. And Apollo Orbit has been saved. Why won't you look at me, important Joe? Why do you deny me? The poor soul sits quietly sobbing. Apollo Orbit makes no attempts to resist when you open the rover's hatch. Hours later, the colonist is feeling much better. Whew, that was lucky, right? It could have gone the other way too. Stressed out right now and not able to work. And another anomaly, Martian Institute of Science Behavioral Shaping. The shaping is interesting to me. That gives me the sanatorium. This is actually a really important one. Once we have the bigger dome stand. Storage compression is the next one in line right now, and then we don't have anything to research, so I would like to go for something cheap. So this breakdown here, dry farming only 1.4. Then we could also go with the cargo space is increased, so that means also more rare metals that we can export. And yeah, then probably another drones work. Actually, let's go with the GHG factory. With that, we can start up building the atmosphere. Now we do have two more options how we want to proceed with a workspace, right? So the rare metal extractor and the machine parts are both working fine now. And there is not that many working here at the moment. That's because of some sanity issues, but that should be resolved soon. Now, how we would want to proceed? Either we build a research station or we build the polymer factory. Polymers is easy to get in. Research is not that easy anymore, right? We are now down to the total baseline of 400 per soul, which is not a lot. So we would need 9 to 10 souls for average research now to be completed, which is insane. We cannot have such a low rate. I'd rather continue importing some polymers and be done with it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build up another research institute now. And for that, let's just check it out. There it is, 5 electronics it costs me, and then some electronics maintenance. So it's not that cheap. But still, it's going to be worth it. So let's place it in this sector here for now, because as insane as I am, of course, I switched my thought again, my mind. This is going to be the education sector after all, right? And this is going to be the factory district. And even though we have a machine factory here already, it's not that bad later on to move it over. For now, though, I would like to really stick with this one here as my education one. That means we will have then a university in that area and stuff like that. I'm a bit confused in my mind sometimes, but it makes more sense to have the factory over there. It's also not looking so pretty here, and we're getting closer than here also to the medium dome, so I just need to do this like so, because the factories will then also be a workplace, of course, for the medium dome. Now, resources are getting over. The 5 electronics especially hurt us a bit, but there's more electronics coming in again. And the other anomaly that we found down here. Let's send my explorer to this area. He's already really close. And let's just hope that the frozen devils, the ice devils, don't hit us. But they're far away. That should be fine. Another 1 soul we need to survive in this cold, and then we have survived it for once. Apollo, he's still really stressed out. Why are you so stressed out? Life is good. Relax. Alright, research lab activated. We are waiting now for people to research here a bit, producing us some additional research points. And the anomaly gave me 1,500 science points. Hooray! Let's get the explorer back home. Rocket is ready to land. Electronics and polymers, and we could actually get off again right away. We have enough fuel and we have almost enough rare metals. So we can really send it back to Earth immediately. So the loading and unloading process should be really quick now, thanks to the double transportation of goods. By now, also the first person is in the research lab, producing me some 45 research points per day in addition, right, when it works, of course. And yeah, machine parts, there is no one working in there almost. I don't know, where are people? We still don't have seniors, so that is not the problem. We don't have homeless, though. And we got 25 people. So, 19 workers. Actually, 21 workers, 22 workers we have. Where are they? That's like 6, 8 here. That's like 16, alright. 17, 18. So 3 are missing. 3 are not working right now, even though they could work. Way faster than expected. The Knight Rider is ready again for action. Yeah, almost full. Let's turn off. Let's lift off. And in 1 hour, the cold wave ends. I'm looking forward to this. And there it's over. The frost is gone. We can turn off my subsurface heater. Power consumption normalizes, and we can then also turn off these wind turbines here soon. I can also turn on one of my concrete extractors again. We do need it. Anything else? Yeah, and all of these water tanks need some repairing now. Defrosting. And other than that, I think that was actually rather successful, the first cold wave. It's going to get a bit more difficult though, the more buildings we have, of course. Now, about the heating. Let's keep it the electricity. We can really turn it off now. 1 and 2 Just in time for the maintenance, so we don't need to resume maintenance here. And 3.
Sector scanned.
Oh, there's a drone that has no master. Get the commander over. I think though, with all the energy that we have, especially with the machine parts, I do need a bit more energy with the solar panels though. Let's go ahead and expand on that. Unfortunately. Oh, too far away from a drone commander. That's fine, 2 more. Probably then, let's have... that main area bit, and then we probably will need to open up a new solar field soon. Alright. Explorer is back home. My transporter. What could you do? You could get us some more metal, right? If there's nothing else. It's the metal primarily that I'm looking for. There's lots of that here. And we have the first senior. There it is, Soul 46. Now on to the more tragic matter of life. He's done a good job. And in that case here, he will now hopefully automatically move over to this dome here, to the final solution, where we do accept only seniors. And in these domes here, we do not accept... Oh, I still have it activated. So in Vonnegut, which was that one, let's disable them. And let's also disable them in Camilleri. Sorry, fella. This is going to hurt a bit. We do get another residential slot up, I hope. And he's now moving over to that dome here, to the final solution, where he just peacefully dies off. This is how it goes. This is how things can keep or can stay simple for us. Otherwise, we would have a full dome full of seniors at some point, wasting resources. Suffocation, I get the message, so I think we do have it now. It's turned on, right? Yeah, turned on. There he is. It's Tira Eriksson. You are the first one. Welcome to your new home. I'm sorry. You've done a good job, though.
Our colonists are suffocating.
Let's rather zoom out again, because we don't really want to know what's happening. At least you got a nice view, by the way, over the rocky desert here. And also the occasional dust devil that comes in. Now we can continue. We have another slot available again to live for someone to live in. There's going to be lots of seniors now. The first one only marks the beginning of a senior wave hitting us. So all the founders basically will now die off peacefully. This will open up some jobs again. But I think with 26 that we have right now, we're pretty fine. And starvation is now also imminent for this dome, of course. She will not be able to eat anything. We got 700 million out of the...
Our colonists...
Out of the export. That is very good for us. So overall... what could we import? Polymers we have a lot. Electronics we also have quite a bit. Still going to import some of that, I think. And we are going to outsource a bit more, right? So we can outsource another 1,000. Let's do this 2 times. Brings us down. And then we can still import... some electronics perhaps, yeah, and some polymers perhaps. Getting us down to 400. We could still outsource 2 more times if I want that. Very important. We do finally finish also now our storage compression. This will lead to basically 50% more storage for all my tanks and all my batteries. 2 more anomalies. Ah, very good up here. That's very close. Get this one here and here. Oh, we got an idle extractor. Oh, it's my...
Research complete.
I think we have depleted that concrete deposit. Storage compression is finished. So we should see this now. Yep. Got 50% more storage now that we can use. And I think we are out of concrete for this one here. We have 230 concrete left. That is okay. So we are not in a hurry now, but we can definitely now salvage them. Those 2 buildings here, they've done a good job. And we can now find us something new. Something new means... Pooh, lucky us, we have something here. Within the range of my drone hub. I don't want to build a second drone hub just yet. They've done a good job for a very long time. And now it's over. Off they go, and we do get some concrete left over and some metals here. We can then just move over and start with the next factory right over here. That would be then 1 concrete extractor. 1 is really fine. We don't need more than that. And let's actually make this one as close as possible to down here. Because I would at some point then be able to move a medium dome up there. That still also gets the 2 vista points there, by the way. Like so, I think. But that's far away. Perfect. Then we just need once again some depot for the concrete. And also, of course, as always, a dumping site that we can have here. And of course, power. I should not forget about the most important thing. We do have a power cable over here, I think. There it is. Let's use this.
A colonist has died.
And there we got the first death.
We gather here today to bid a final farewell to one of our finest.
And Tira Eriksson has died. The cause, suffocation. Each time a colonist dies from a non-natural death, 2 applicants leave the pool. That for us doesn't matter because we can't get any more colonists through the planet anyway. Thank you, fellow colonists. Tira was one of our founders. She was one of the first, and she's also the first to die. No more seniors yet. I hope that with the senior wave hitting us now soon, we will not drop below 20. That would be perfect.
There's more.
We got a few more tags, fuel extractors, and gene adaptation out of the anomaly. That's not really exciting, to be honest. And now we can research that anomaly, and I think that's it though for now. Once more, have a look at my tag. I think down here we have it. Fuel production is increased. That's okay, I guess. And then we got the nuclear fusion here for more power, but that's also just okay. Dry farming, fuel compression, greenhouse. We are queued up with tech anyway. By now, the research lab is also fully staffed. 140 science points we generate out of this one here, leading to 940. Bear in mind, though, 400 of that we outsource. And the machine part is also fully working now, producing us 1. That leads to a surplus of 0.3 machine parts per day per soul, which is also just good, really.
Covered.
I wonder if anyone actually carries her away. Tira is now lying just here in the dome, enjoying the sun. That's how a Martian life ends. But hooray, rejoice, we have superior pipes. That is a really good breakthrough. Instant and free pipe construction. Also, pipes don't suffer from leaks. That is going to play a major role with the next electrical storm. Let's put this one actually right up here to the almost the top and research this one next. Next concrete extractor is online, producing us some jolly good concrete again. We don't need to boost it really, as we are always capped with concrete at the moment, so I can just happily keep it like that. We do have 470 concrete available here. It's actually not that much. We got 400 over there, and I think then the bigger concrete deposits are a bit further away than here. There's 1,000 waiting. That's also fine. Another rocket should be landing now. That's going to be another trade for food. We are dropping below 100. Whenever that happens, I would like to do a trade. I still haven't started my food production yet. We will, of course, need to do this pretty soon because the food consumption is increasing to 6 now per soul. 27 people, no seniors at the moment. That's fine. And there's the rocket for trading. 50 concrete we can easily afford for a bit more food. And it's just a lot that we save with that, really. We don't need to waste workforce on food production and can really focus on additional machine production. Now, also very important here, additional money production with the rare metals. Overall leads to a more efficient colony. But of course, it's a bit risky. There could be the case that there is no food offering anymore. And then we would need to handle that quickly. The rocket comes back as well with 10 electronics and 10 polymers. And with that, we can then finally start the university, something I really would like to do, because with that, we can then start getting the first specialists out there, and they're going to be way more efficient at handling stuff. And then, of course, there's also now the aging problem. Stay tuned.